set the team.
Hop in a whip and I'm out. I need so much I can't count. Oh, and I don't need no college, cause I'm getting stupid amounts. Hey, hop in a whip and I'm out.
How you all doing, guys? Brandon here. Welcome back to Retro Dodo, and we have yet another handheld video for you, and this time it is a Raspberry Pi 4 handheld called the PiBoy DMG by a company called Experimental Pi. We've been keeping an eye on this handheld for several months now, and we thought we'd put together a quick unboxing and first impressions to see what this device is all about. So let's jump in and take a look.
I told them all that I've been fly. There ain't no faking on this side. They try to give me a small deal. I need big bills on my big.
Now, I'm a big fan of their packaging here. It looks great, looks professional, and you can tell what it is straight from the box, and it gives you a load of details. And I wish Chinese retro handhelds took this into consideration when launching their products, because, you know, packaging for me is quite a big thing in terms of the product experience. Now, this handheld here, you can either buy it as a DIY kit or an assembled kit. They were nice enough to send this over as assembled for us to look at and show you guys what it's all about. So this is my first time opening this thing. Let's take a look. I have no idea if they've installed the firmware or there's ROMs on here. Okay. All right, this is quite nice. Look at this. They give you a little carrying pouch for it. They give you some, oh, okay, that's nice. That looks like trigger buttons. They give you a little screwdriver as well to replace some stuff and some bolts. Is that a replacement battery? I might have to put that in. Awesome, and I'm really liking that. It's kind of like a velvet material, not going to scratch anything up. That's nice of them to add that, and it looks as if that comes with every handheld they launch. All right, so you can tell already that this thing looks like the old school Game Boy here. All right, so let's quickly run around the handheld here. As you can tell, 6 face buttons, which is perfect for any of you that want to play N64 games. It's got what looks like the Nintendo Switch analog stick here that presses down. The D-pad resembles the old school DMG, very nice. So does the start and select buttons, and you've got your speaker grill here. At the bottom, that looks like volume, a headphone jack, and micro USB for charging. On the side is your SD card. There's already one in there. Mini HDMI, 6 USB ports, so you can actually use this as a console on the go. So if you wanted to plug this into your TV, stick in some USB controllers or even Wi-Fi controllers, Bluetooth controllers, whatever you want, this will do it. And it's either got an Ethernet port as well, and your LCD brightness, and you probably can't see it, but there's shoulder buttons on here as well. There's only 2. The cartridge doesn't come out, but they've added that nice little design. All right, like in terms of size and stuff, it does resemble the DMG a lot. I think I have a DMG back here. In terms of size, you can see it's near identical. There is a little, oh no, that is, yeah, pretty much identical. Same size and everything. I'm liking that, and admittedly it's actually a little bit lighter than an original handheld because you don't have the weight of all the batteries. So in here, okay, it looks as if I have to add that battery here, so that isn't a spare. I thought that was too good to be true, to be honest. Like so, and that's quite easy to add. You just plug that in like so. Tuck that in, get the cables tucked away, and bang. There you go. Looks like you got a little LED indicator up here and your on and off switch up top as well. So let's peel off the screen protector. Oh, I'm excited for this. It's my first Raspberry Pi 4 handheld. I've just turned it on. Let's see if it does anything. Might take a bit of time to load up. The green indication light is on and flashing. We'll just give it a bit of time here to load up. There it is. Oh my lord, that display already is looking absolutely lovely. In terms of display, it is a 3.5 inch LCD. It can play up to 60 frames per second, and the resolution is 640 by 480. Okay, it's loaded up, and because we have the fully assembled kit here, the OS is already installed and ready to go and play out of the box. And what's quite nice is that Experimental Pi has basically installed and preloaded the SD card with a ton of ROMs. So what can the PiBoy DMG do? And that's what I'm going to test right now. For those of you that want to push it to the max, you can do a ton of stuff. Because it's a Raspberry Pi 4, it's basically a mini PC. Admittedly, it probably can't do GameCube games, but what it's known for is up to N64 and Dreamcast. But if you did want to play GameCube games on here, it is possible by streaming from your PC over to this handheld using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities. So let's jump into some games, and straight out the box, RetroPie here is such a nice operating system. It's easy to use and understandable. For example, it's got Dreamcast, and you can see all of the games here with a small preview. Come out of that, you can go into Sega Genesis, N64 here, and these are all preloaded. I haven't installed any ROMs here. They've added in a 64 gigabyte SD card and treated me quite well with this, and I can imagine they'll do the same to you guys if you put in an order. This is going to be released, I think, end of August, maybe early September, depending on when you buy. The sooner you buy, the quicker you get it. And also got PlayStation 1 there, which is quite nice. So I'm going to jump straight in with the Dreamcast here because I want to test the capabilities on this thing. And playing Dreamcast on a Gameboy DMG just sounds bloody awesome. So let's see what they've added here. They've got Crazy Taxi, Gauntlet Legend. They've added in about 15 games, but as per usual, like any RetroPie handheld, you can add your own. So let's jump into Crazy Taxi and test the Dreamcast emulation here. All right, let's go around Apple. We'll play by the normal rules. Let's go with Iceman, always Iceman. Now we might have to use the back triggers on here. Let's see if these work. There's a little look at Dreamcast, run very well. The handheld is getting a little warmer now, but not concerning at all, as this should handle it. And to get out, I guess you press start and select. There you go, and you're back into the menu, and now you can pick some games. So let's take a look at N64, because I know a lot of you are wanting to check this out. And what's awesome about this, like once you've got the ROM on here, you can plug this into your TV and then use a Bluetooth controller like 8-Bit Do or something, and then you've basically got a home console, which is insane. Like, it's running well, but there definitely is a couple of frame rate drops. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because it's the first boot up. I might have to, boot up a few more times, give it a couple of restarts. But still running it very, very well. Whoops. There's a little look at Mario Kart 64 to come out again. Press both of them at the same time, and that will boot you out to the menu. Now, There was admittedly a few frame rate drops there, but I think I will need to, you know, restart the handheld a couple of times. But you will read that in our final review if that is an issue. This is basically a first impressions. PlayStation 1 we can have a little look at. Let's try a 3D game on this and see what it's like. Seems to be running very well. And there you have it, a little look at some PlayStation 1 emulation. Not too bad. Played well, and that was a large 3D game, so anything else you chuck it at, a bit like Crash Bandicoot, it will have no problems at all. So there is a quick look and unboxing of the PiBoy DMG. So far I'm impressed. This is going to be a nice little handheld, very, very powerful, and because it's Raspberry Pi, there's a ton you can do with it. But I do like the whole DMG style of it, and the fact that you can use this as basically a home console and a home console on the go. So let's say you wanted to go to a friend's house, have a little Mario Kart 64 tournament, you can just take a bunch of controllers with you and you're ready to go. Build quality, you know, fine. It is getting a little warm right now, so that may be a concern if you want to play for a few hours, but first impressions, I'm digging it. There will be a full review coming out in a week or so on our website, so definitely look forward to that if you want to see our opinions and what we rate it. So there you have it. As per usual, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe if you want to see even more retro handheld reviews, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.